Hey, I'm over here in Brentwood on the west side. This is my side of town. I live just a couple blocks away from where I teach right here at More Dancing Studio. Teach my 80s class. I feel like on this neck of the woods, everybody knows me and I know everybody.
Hey! 80s man!
What's up, dude?
Dude!
I'm gonna see you on Wednesday?
You know it, ready to sweat.
Alright, let's do it, let's do it! I have no idea who that is. Hi, my name is Matthew Simmons. I'm 33 years old. I currently reside in Los Angeles, California, where I am a professional breakdancer and stuntman. I'm also a party host, or MC, and I am also the co-owner, co-manager of More Dancing Studio right here in Brentwood on the west side. We are the first cardio dance studio here on the west side of LA. Since I was a little kid, I've always been into sports. Always been an athlete, from soccer to baseball to football, track and field, you name it, everything. It wasn't until I got to high school that I really got into wrestling, and that was the most rigorous physical activity I had ever done up to that. I've always been into martial arts. Bruce Lee has been my mentor since I was just a young tyke. I used to go to the video store, rent those old Bruce Lee movies, and just watch him go to work on people. And I was like, wow, this guy is in amazing shape. I gotta be like that. The key to success in sports is intensity, 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 and the only way to get that is to just be in amazing shape. So we would devote hours and hours and hours to nothing but just running, cardio, getting our bodies in shape for the game. My dad always used to say things like, son, you gotta want it. And me and my brother turned that into our slogan. We would always just be like, you gotta want it. He would come to my wrestling matches and be like, you gotta want it. And I'm like, I can do it. And I'm pinning people. And I actually still hold the school record at Lincoln High School in Tallahassee, Florida for the fastest pin. And I think my name is still up on the billboard as Matthew Simmons, fastest pin, 6 seconds. And in quotes it says, you gotta want it! It may not say that last part, but it should, because that was my philosophy. I first started breakdancing in Florida 13 years ago. I got a crew together called the Unca Badunca Monkeys. That's a shout out to all my monkeys. Breakdancing is like the toughest sport ever, if you can call it a sport. It's more like a culture. We train for hours and hours and hours and hours. You can't throw your body around like that without the most intense training ever. I mean, you talk about putting in 18 hours a week of being upside down and spinning your body in ways that only astronauts in G-force testing will ever experience. So, you want to talk about some intense training? That's breakdance training. I've been doing that for 13 years. My fitness philosophy has always been push it to the limit. You know, give it as much intensity as you can. We can sleep when you're dead. Huge thanks to my amazing, talented, beautiful, red-headed wife, Tiffany Moore, because she was the one who came up with the idea for More Dancing to begin with. Well, this all came about around 4 years ago. Told me she wanted to open up a dance studio. I said, a dance studio? She said, yeah. And she said, there's nowhere that these soccer mom types, middle-agers, can go and just dance for fitness. You know, they're not trained dancers. They don't want to go to these, you know, big Hollywood dance studios where you have to learn like these hardcore hip-hop routines. I just want to open a place where they can come and dance to lose weight and stay in shape. I said, that is a great idea. Let's do it on the west side where people are rich and can afford to spend top dollar on some fitness. She said, that's a great idea. So we opened up More Dancing Studio. And that's when I came up with the idea for 80s Dance Party. I said, nobody's teaching an 80s dance class. There's no such thing. I looked it up. The closest thing I could find was Richard Simmons. Well, that's perfect because people love Richard Simmons. I love Richard Simmons. So, I designed my class around all 80s culture. 80s music, 80s television, 80s trivia, even 80s dance style. I look up to Richard Simmons. He led the way for, you know, dance, fitness to old school music. And it's funny because LA Weekly one time did a spread on 5 fitness dance classes for people who can't dance. I was number 3, 80s Dance Party, number 3 on the list, and Richard Simmons, number 4. Isn't that crazy? Fitness protege Matthew Simmons listed 1 page away from his uncle, Richard. It's not hard to believe. I mean, we got the same afro. Family resemblance is uncanny. Heck, we even wear the same shorts. Come on, y'all. Push, push, push. Dig with me, dig with me, dig with me. Give me more, give me more, give me more. Sweat, hit it. Get them up, knees up, go, 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 go. Hit it again. All right. Hit the showers, everybody. I lead by example, and I want my students to push it as hard as me. I'm like the fitness goal. If you can keep up with me, you're going to be in amazing shape. People always ask me, why the 80s? Why 80s Dance Party? And it's because I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in 1980 on the dot. All my imprinting years, ages 0 through 10, were spent in the 80s, growing up to 80s music, 80s movies, 80s celebrities. I still love Kurt Russell because of his role in Big Trouble in Little China as Jack Burton. Man, I look like Ty Mock from The Last Dragon. Matter of fact, I am The Last Dragon. Leroy Green. I spent a lot of time quoting 80s movies, playing television tunes from 80s television shows, and I like to give out what I call 80s points for people who get my 80s trivia correct. Like I'll play the theme song to Dallas or Hardcastle McCormick, and I'll say, anybody who can guess what 80s television show this is the theme song to gets a free water and 10 80s points. A little encouragement to go home and watch Boomerang or TV Land, and catch up on your A-Team and your MacGyver before you come back and try it again. I like to encourage 80s style in my class. Leg warmers are optional, obviously. You don't have to wear your spandex unitard, but I encourage it. Matter of fact, I like to show up wearing some form of 80s gear, like some colorful socks, or even my Mr. Miyagi headband, because Daniel LaRusso is a very important fitness coach. And it's a good thing that I wore this one day, because one day somebody hurt themselves in my class. And it was detrimental. Like, the class stopped. Everybody stopped. Everybody was wondering, is this lady's calf going to be okay? She's like, oh, my leg. And I said, all right, just relax. Lay down. And all the students huddled around, and I walked up. And I put my hands together. And I reached down, I placed my hand on her calf, and she said, ah, it's hot. And I said, I know. And when I let go, she was better. And she stood up, and she walked around for a second, and she said, oh my gosh, that actually worked. And we finished the class. We finished that class. Dancing strong, sweating it out. And you know something? That never really happened. But you can imagine what it would be like if I did, because Mr. Miyagi is the man! My 80s Dance Party workout is a little different from your average cardio dance workout. Matter of fact, it's a lot different. Let me tell you why. Because the 80s is not just a style of music. My class is not just a workout. Alright? It is a culture. And I might play the theme song to Laverne and Shirley. And we're all gonna sing it. We're gonna do it, yeah! I push it to the limit. I don't sit out half a song. I don't sit out for an 8 count. I go and go and go until the class is over. So when the class is over, I'm soaked, I'm sweating, I'm drenched, I'm tired. I want to go home and take a nap. Woo! Just finished my 80s Dance Party class. I am soaked. Check out my shirt. Need a new one. 80s Dance Party exclusively right here at More Dance's studio. Shoot, I'm pooped. I'm ready to take a nap. I always tell my students after class, great job. You just burned 1,000 calories. Go out. Treat yourself to double dessert, because you have earned it. Because what's life if you can't eat a piece of cheesecake? You know what I mean? I'm teaching people to push it hard and sweat it out when it is time. You're not always going to have the time to do it. So when you get the time, go for it. Get as much as you can get. It's not about starving yourself. And when you're in my class, that's the time to work out. Afterward, go do whatever you want. Eat your food. Shoot. Everybody knows I get my fill. I go home, eat a bunch of cookies. My class is open to anybody who loves the 80s, loves to dance, loves to sweat, and loves to have a good time. Because really, that's what it's all about. Is burning 1,000 calories with a huge smile on your face while sweat just pours down and soaks into your shirt. I consider myself a competitive person, but my competitive years are kind of behind me. You know, as a professional breakdancer, I entered a lot of competitions as an athlete, trying to score goals and baskets and pin people my entire life. So, at this point in my life, I consider myself a role player. You know, if I have to be the best, I will. My friends would probably describe me as some sort of a monkey ninja because I really never stop flipping off of things or jumping over things or sliding under things or climbing on stuff, while at the same time acting like a complete fool all the time. I just can't stop entertaining, whether or not it's somebody else who's being entertained or I'm really just trying to keep myself entertained. I never stop quoting movies at the most obscure times and cracking jokes, more for my own benefit than others. But, you know, if you want to laugh, you can. Or not, you know, sometimes they don't. So I just do what I do, and I let everybody else feed off of that.